Hey, what's up everyone, it's Ben from Archetype Origins. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install the 12-inch LCD side panel for the HYTE Y60. Let's get it. Alright. Oh man, I really need a knife for this. Come on! There we go. First thing first, let's unbox the HYTE Y60 LCD screen panel kit to see what's inside. As you can see, it comes neatly packed with all the components required for installation. Let's go through each of them. Here we have the LCD screen panel itself. This is a high resolution display. It's a perfect upgrade for those seeking improved visuals. Next, we have the control board here. This acts as the brains behind the panel, providing connectivity options and controls. Along with that, we have all the necessary cables such as the mini HDMI, power cables for the board. And we also have this ribbon cable which connects the LCD screen panel to the board. And it also comes with a power on-off switch for the board. I've seen some people use it, but most people, they just don't bother even using this. You can completely leave it out. It's totally up to you. And then there's the manual in here. Let's put this away. I got this LCD screen DIY kit from the HYTE official website for 150 bucks. I will link it down in the description below so you guys can check it out. Maybe in the future, if you guys wish to upgrade or build a new PC with the HYTE Y60 case, you can definitely keep this LCD screen panel in mind. So when it comes to time, you can always upgrade it if you want to complete the aesthetic look of the HYTE Y60 case. Get this LCD screen out. Got the mini HDMI cables. So this will go into the board here, and then the HDMI will plug into your graphics card. So we have our power cable here. This one will go into the board, and then this will go into our Molex 4-pin. This is quality board. It feels pretty sturdy. And we also have this. I think this is my first time messing with the ribbon cable. It looks like it's very easy to break. I'm trying to be careful with it. So if you want to mount the circuit board onto the LCD screen and you don't want it just dangling around inside the case, HYTE actually provided an STL file for like an enclosure where you can mount this to the back of the LCD screen. They have an STL file on their website. You can 3D print them yourself if you want to have like a neat and tidy look, and it just sit on the back of the LCD screen like so, and then you can just mount it on the case like that. For folks that doesn't have a 3D printer at home or doesn't have access to a 3D printer, I think your only choice is to mount this at the bottom of the case. I actually want to try and test it out and see how well this thing would fit in here. According to HYTE, they say this thing should fit perfectly without any issue. Like as you can see, it does look like it fits perfectly. So there are 4 screws here, so you can mount your board onto the enclosure, but they did not provide any screws for it, so I'm not sure how you're supposed to mount it. But I will check my shop real quick to see if I have any extra screws laying around that I can kind of mount them onto there so it does not fall out. So I do have a pack of mounting screws that I got for my Include 7-inch LCD display that I usually use for a lot of my builds. I'm gonna try this one out. It looks very promising. It might fit in there. So it does seem like the screw fits perfectly in there. I will link that down in the description below so you guys can check them out. If you plan to 3D print one for yourself, definitely get one pack of these screws so you can mount your board onto it, because they don't provide any screws for it. Now that we know the screw fits, I'm actually gonna plug in this ribbon here first. Make sure the screen is working before we install it onto the PC case here. For the ribbon cable, you want to make sure the blue side right here goes into the circuit board, and then this one goes into your screen panel right here. And you want to make sure the blue tape face up and it goes in just like that. Bam. And now for this guy here, I believe you just kind of push it in, and it should just stay right there. There we go. Okay, now we plug in our power cables to the circuit board. So this 12 volt power right here, it goes into here. Not sure if the camera can pick up. Just like that. And then we have our mini HDMI to HDMI cable. So I believe this one just goes to either one of the mini HDMI port. And then for the HDMI port, it goes into your GPU. So let me go ahead and shut the PC down. I actually have to grab an extra Molex cable for this. I didn't think this through, but here we are. And the HDMI display. This goes to the graphics card. Boom. This is actually a pretty high quality display, not gonna lie. It looks pretty decent on here. Oh, look at my PC is booting up. Alright, now that we know the display is working, we're gonna go ahead and take the glass panel off so we can mount everything on there. Now in order to take this panel out, there are 2 screws that mount on top of the glass panel, and there are also one on each side of the glass panel. So we'll have to remove this side panel as well. There we go. I already got the rest of the 3. Now we're just gonna get this one off. And this electric screwdriver is not very powerful. Anyway, well, I actually kind of like the look of it without any glass panel on it. Just look at it. Look at how clean that is. Without any side panels. Of course, if you live in like a dusty environment, I would not recommend that. But I'm just admiring, appreciating how good this looks without the glass panel. Anyway, now I'm gonna be mounting the circuit board onto the 3D printed enclosure. Alright, we have this. I'm gonna unplug this for now. Now it goes in here just like that. We got our screws from Amazon. Now you want to make sure this 2 screws hole it face upward, because this one is gonna go like that. That's how you're gonna mount it onto the case. I actually recommend getting some electrical tape, so you can kind of tape everything to the back of the board, so it's just not like dangling around there in the case. I'm gonna start by putting one here.
A few moments later.
Alright, so now that we got this one in, we're gonna go ahead and place it on top of the panel here. Make sure this thing is clean and there's no fingerprint all over it. And then I'm gonna peel this thing off. The exciting part. Ready? Oh god, that is satisfying. Set this in here. Now if you push it all the way top, you notice there is like a little gap in here, and then essentially the bracket only mounts the screen on top to the 2 screws holes here. So what I recommend doing is putting a little bit of tape here, just to kind of like cover the gap so it doesn't look awkward. And this kind of keeps the screen in place too. Just gonna put a couple more tapes here just to kind of like keep it in place. Right. Looks perfect. Go ahead and mount this one on here. Now we're gonna figure out how to run our cables. So the mini HDMI cable and the 12 volt cables are gonna come from here. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is I will plug into here and then run all the way down, and it should come out from somewhere here. Hopefully it can fit, otherwise we're gonna have to figure out something else to make it kind of like disappear behind the panel so we don't see it. And you know what, the power cable is actually too thick, so it won't be able to fit through here. But I think I found another route. We can go from let's see if I can find that hole right there. So I'm gonna try and see if I can fit through here and then just route it from the top and across to the power supply and to the GPU. So let's go ahead and pop this off. Definitely a tight space because I have a 360 radiator here. I'm not sure if I can kind of like go through here and just go down from here, because I was kind of hoping that I can just kind of like hide through where the radiator goes and then just go from here. But it seems like I'm gonna have to kind of like stick it to the top here. It'll look a little awkward, but as long as you don't open the top panel, everything should be fine. Okay, so it's just gonna go here and come in. I'm coming from here. I think I'm just gonna use some zip ties. No, these are the holes for the top panel, so I can use zip ties. I think I'm just gonna have to use some electrical tape for this. Or wait, I think it might be able to. Oh, yeah, I can make it go from here. And then for the HDMI cable, just kind of go from here. And then feed it in from the top. Boom. I'm gonna tuck it in here, get it nice and tidy. Looks like the screen is working now. So right now I'm gonna figure out how to cable manage this. I know for the power cable it just goes in here, and I'm gonna zip tie these two together over here, but it kind of goes around to the graphics card here. So I was thinking about maybe I can make it pass through from this hole and plug it in there, but it seems like on the bottom there it's a little too tight of a space, so I don't think that can make it through. So I'm just gonna route it from the hard drive storage here. So I'm gonna take one of this off and then route the cable out from here to the GPU. Let's go ahead and take this one out. Oh, I did not realize there's a whole hard drive cage here. I thought it was just a cover or something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and unplug that. And I'm gonna go from here to here. Okay, now that looks a lot better. Oh look, there's a zip ties here, so I can kind of just tighten this one here. Hopefully it'll look not as bad when you look at the back. All right, now I just got some cable management to figure out, and then we'll go from there.
A few moments later.
Now that I've got the cable management figured out, I'm just kind of show you guys how it turned out real quick. So we have it coming out from the top, and then it just making its way around the radiator over here, goes down into our cable compartment, and then it just kind of the power cable just goes into the power supply, and then the HDMI just make a circle, and it's coming out from here. Put a zip tie right there, goes into the graphics card. So turns out pretty well. You can barely see the cable if you're going from this way, but if you're looking in from the front, you can kind of see it's like poking out a little bit over here. But that's the best we can do for now. Maybe in the future they will come out with like a that'll compartment STL file, so we can replace this and then just put like one that covers everything, so the HDMI cable and the power cable just goes in here, and then it's just not showing anything over here. But anyway, it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. So let's go ahead and put on our monitors and see what kind of configuration we can do with this bad boy.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so this is the final result of what the sensor panel looks like. So I got this live wallpaper from Wallpaper Engine from Steam. You can purchase it for $5 and it's a one-time purchase. Basically, you just get the whole software and then you can customize it to any live wallpaper that you like, or even put your own wallpaper in here if you like. I do see some people use HYTE Y60 for monitoring the temperature, such as the CPU and GPU temperature, or even putting a clock on top or something. But for this case, I just like the wallpaper here a little better than the sensor itself. But if you like sensor panel to monitor your temps and stuff, be sure to check out HYTE Y60, and you should be able to find some templates that's available on their forum, and then you can install the sensor panel to the LCD display here. So this PC is actually for sale on our website. If you want, you can check out archetypeorigins.com. We have a lot of similar PC. Or if you want a custom build that's tailored to your specific budget, performance need, or aesthetic needs, be sure to reach out to me and we can build something that's tailored to your specific needs and preferences. Alright, that's it for today's, guys. If you like content like this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also follow us on our social media. We post on a regular basis, so you won't miss out on any updates.